Typically the basement entry areaway drain leads to the sump pump. When you get a storm event, water will fill this area up if the drain becomes clogged with leaves. So it's very important to keep the areaway free of debris and this drain open. Otherwise you will have a flood. This is a typical sump pump crock. And here we have the sump pump discharge line with a backflow preventer. We have our condensation line from our air handler. We have the line from our TPR valve from the water heater. And then we have a radon mitigation vent. This particular sump pump crock is sealed because we have a radon mitigation system installed. And since it is sealed, we cannot tell whether the sump pump is working or not. So it's always a good idea to install a high water alarm in cases where you cannot have access to your sump pump. That way you get an indication that your sump pump is not working properly before you have a flooded basement. You may want to consider installing a battery backup for your sump pump in case you lose power during a storm event. That way your basement will not be flooded. This is the sump pump discharge, and what a sump pump does is it takes any groundwater that accumulates around your foundation and under your slab, and it pumps it out of the home. It's important that we have enough grade for the water to flow away from the home. It's also important that, if necessary, we have to adjust the landscaping around the outlet so that it does not erode the yard. This is an escape well from a basement of a home, and what we need to look at here are a few things. Number one, that we do not block it with anything. So right here we have a problem in that there's a piece of wood on top of this grate, and in case of emergency it would be difficult for someone to get out. But there's a ladder in here that you can escape if need be. The other problem that we need to look at here for maintenance is that leaves do not fall in here and block this drain, because that could lead to a flood inside the home. So we want to make sure that this drain is clear at all times. You see a little bit of debris in here, and all you need to do is to just simply clean that out, make sure there's no dirt or debris in here, so that the water flows freely through these holes and down into the drain. When discussing downspouts, a good rule of thumb is to get the water 10 feet away from the foundation. You'll do that either by grade, by piping it away from the foundation, or you can even use a rain barrel.